Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Jazz Piano School podcast, episode number 172. My name is Brendan Lowe, creator and founder of Jazz Piano School. Now, some of you who may not know me, you may be like, Brendan, what is that thing on your face? And some of you who may know me, you guys may still be like, Brendan, what is that thing on your face? And I'm filming this during Halloween week, so I'm about to show you what I went as in the party last weekend. Here we go, look at this. Huh? Right? That's pretty good. That's spot on, right? I mean, if you guys are fans of that show. But anyway, in this particular episode, we have an amazing episode for you. One of our Jazz Piano School instructors named Sterling Koza is going to be going over an amazing Bill Evans trick to fatten and thicken up your improvisational sound. Really cool stuff. Don't forget to go to jazzpianoschool.com/podcast 172 to grab the practice materials for this episode. With that being said, let's dive right in.
Hey everybody, Sterling Koza here for jazzpianoschool.com. Today's podcast, I'm going to be showing you a trick you can use to get a fuller sound on the keyboard, especially in your improvising. Now, this trick is a lot simpler than you might think, and it involves the left hand in a way that you might not be used to using it. Now, this comes straight out of Bill Evans, one of the masters of jazz keyboard playing and a great improviser. Now, he uses this technique in his album Portrait in Jazz. You can especially hear it on the tune What Is This Thing Called Love, the way his trio plays it. And he used this technique throughout his career, but we're going to refer to that tune just for reference. So let's get familiar with the tune first. The melody. It's AABA, so we hear the melody again. All right, so as I mentioned, the trick that we're talking about uses the left-hand voicings, and we're going to be using mostly rootless voicings as if we were playing with a bass player. So the melody with rootless voicings in the left hand would look like this. All right, so basically I'm going to use those voicings in my improvising. I'm going to accompany myself, and usually we're used to hearing improvising where we maybe hold down a left-hand voicing and play some lines. And maybe you play some rhythms. But for this trick, Bill Evans decides, why not play both at the same time? Here's what that would sound like. So there it is. We're taking something that you probably already do, accompanying yourself with the left hand with rootless voicings, and all we're doing is just changing the way that we use those voicings. So in order to do this, you're going to have some left hand voicings that you're comfortable with over this tune. So what is this thing called love? Our first two chords, G half diminished, C7 alt, and that takes us into our F minor 6. And you can refer to the practice materials for exactly these chord voicings, and they can help you with the chord progression if you're not familiar with it already. So we've got our G half diminished of F, G, B flat, D flat, a C altered voicing, E, A flat, B flat, E flat, and F6/9, F minor 6/9 of D, G, A flat, C. So this is also known as a minor 2-5-1 because it's a 2-5-1 that resolves to minor. And we have another podcast that talks more about those if you need a review. So we've got those three voicings. Now what would it sound like if we did some improvising with some minor 2-5s in the key of F? So we can just try a couple of those. And again, we're trying that Bill Evans technique of playing each chord for each of our melody notes. So if I play a melody note, I'm going to play the chord with it. So my left hand is going to imitate the rhythms that my right is playing, and I'm going to play them simultaneously. So the next 2-5 in this tune goes from a D7 chord. In this case, I'm going to use a D7 alt voicing, and then a G7 alt. So D7 alt, G7 alt, down to our C major. So we can try some 2-5s in C. So you can see how I'm playing all the rhythms in my left that I am in my right. So you can use the chord voicings for the bridge by referring to a lead sheet. You can find some more left-hand voicings, and those will be included in the practice materials. So for now, I'll just play you a chorus. Here's what a chorus might sound like with this Bill Evans style. So there was a full chorus of those Bill Evans chords. Now I find that this technique comes most in handy when I'm trying to apply a sort of emphasis to my improvising. Maybe things are building up and I want to emphasize a certain section or build a certain section. You can hear this in the end of the Bill Evans recording of What Is This Thing Called Love. I think he saves it for the last A section of his solo, the very end of his solo. He really builds it up. So see if you can use this technique to do some building in your improvisation and get comfortable with those left-hand voicings and try some different rhythms. And you can use that chorus that I demonstrated for some inspiration of some different rhythms you can use, especially ones that go over the bar line. Well, I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and be sure to check out the practice materials for reference. All right, thanks for joining us.
All right, wasn't that awesome? That's an amazing, amazing sound and a really, really easy thing to pull off to thicken, fatten up your improvisation and sound really, really awesome at the same time. So, as always, go ahead and hit subscribe down below to sign up for our channel. We release a new podcast lesson every single Wednesday and a new lick of the week every single Monday. All right? If you guys have any comments or questions, definitely go ahead and leave them down below. And don't forget to check out all the free, amazing information, education we have at jazzpianoschool.com. Have a fantastic day, and as always, happy practicing.